Hello, welcome to the Soulprint Weekly Pick Your Crystal readings. This is for May 28th through June 1st. Wow, look at that. Month of May is gone. We're on the beginning of June. My good gracious. Alrighty. So once again this week I'm doing the crystal bracelet things. I'm just kind of liking the energy of them. So yeah, that's what we're going to do for this week. So 3 different piles. This one is turquoise. Okay. And then this one is sort of black and like a deep navy indigo kind of color. Um, and then we have sort of a jade like color. Okay, so I'm literally going to call them turquoise, um, indigo, jade. Okay, so take a moment, see which crystal or crystals resonate with you. And if you're drawn to 2 that or 3, that's perfectly okay. Sometimes there's actually a theme that goes from pile to pile, and sometimes not. So take a moment. And thank you so very much for being here. I love that you are enjoying these readings and that you choose to spend some of your time with me. It's absolutely lovely. So thank you. And let's get started, shall we? Here we go. The Knight of Pentacles, Justice, Strength, the Sun. Okay. Wow. Talk about powerhouse cards here. Good heavens. So, the Knight of Pentacles tends to bring kind of like an eventual positive outcome. It's about, forward movement when it comes to financial matters or money matters, that kind of thing. Now, what's curious is because it's followed by justice, it makes me wonder if for some of you, if this may not have to do with a lawsuit, a statement of claim, settling an estate, getting money paid to you that has been owed, that kind of thing, because it feels like it's very, sometimes the Knight of Pentacles, it's sort of like it takes a while to get the resources that you're looking for, but eventually you do. And it sort of feels to me like with the Justice card immediately following it, that this feels as if it's maybe something that you've been waiting to resolve. And this is sort of reassuring you that, yes, that resolution is on the way. It could have taken a very long time, but it looks like things are moving forward in a way that ultimately ends up putting you in a position of strength going forward, right? It puts you in a place where you are able to get under control that which you need in order to be able to kind of harness your own strength and and very often the strength card is sort of about taming the beast, right? Well, perhaps if the beast may very well represent some sort of an outstanding legal or financial issue. And the Sun, of course, talks about, the culmination. It talks about success and happiness and all of the aspects, all of the things that you need to be at that place of completion and success and security. So this is a short kind of reading here because the cards are so powerful and so distinct. So literally in a nutshell, if there's some sort of resolution you have been looking for, it looks as if that is going to become resolved. It is going to allow you not only find your own strength, but to create a feeling that you have won, that you have come through this and you have been successful. And that ultimately is simply going to take you to that place of happiness, contentment, and resolution. Like, wow. 3 powerful high arcana cards following a Knight of Pentacles. This is a brilliant reading for those of you that it applies to. It definitely looks like whatever this is about is definitely moving forward, and it's moving forward in a way that is a success to you. Okay, and now let's take a look at the kind of black navy indigo crystals. I really like this bracelet actually. Okay. All right. We're starting with the World, followed by the Three of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the King of Cups. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. Okay. So, as you know, the World is that sort of card of completion, so that there is a new beginning. So, a new start, a new path forward. And so it very much feels as if um, you have recently, or at the tail end of bringing a chapter, an area, some aspect of your life to a close, and you're very much looking forward to moving forward in a new direction with new beginnings. The Three of Wands following this is lovely, because the Three of Wands is sort of saying, yes, you know what? Not only are you moving forward, but in fact, the initial stages are coming to completion, and you can now see the path forward. You can have far more clarity about what that path forward looks like and where you're going to be going, etc. Um, the Knight of Swords talks about, kind of moving forward, but sometimes the Knight of Swords can be about sort of very quick movement, sometimes even chaotic. Sometimes it can be about really fast thinking, really clever thoughts, that kind of thing. And so what this feels like is that it sort of reminds me in some ways, like maybe, for example, somebody who is retiring or leaving a job or even a relationship. And there is finally, you can see that path forward. You can see where you want to go and how you want to get there. And that may involve some quick thinking, some sudden decisions, some moving forward quickly. But ultimately, you are moving forward with strength and clarity and determination. And it takes you to this lovely, lovely, lovely King of Cups. So, what is the King of Cups? It is about someone who is thoughtful and warm and caring. Very often, it will talk about, a caring profession or professional. The cups are about your emotions. They are about, and particularly when you get into, the king and the queen, you're talking about that sense of security, that feeling of contentment and safety and emotional satisfaction. And of course, for some people, it could be talking about bringing this kind of person or energy into your life, or a person with that kind of energy. So again, whatever this is, it's definitely feeling like there is forward movement. You're moving forward from wherever this chapter represented or whatever this is. There's a clear path forward that you can now see, or you were starting to see, and will see more and more clearly as you go forward. Be prepared for some kind of unexpected or quick movement. Be prepared for needing to make some quick decisions, and know that ultimately you're going to end up in that really, really lovely place of just a feeling of emotional contentment, peace, happiness, and security. How wonderful for you. All right. And let's look at the Jade. And what do we have here? We have the Four of Cups, Page of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Empress. All right. Okay, so the Four of Cups, sometimes it's about, it can be about boredom. It can be about feeling discontent. It can also be about focusing on what you have, to the point where you're not being open or mindful or receptive to something new coming in. And so this is a little bit of a reminder that even if things aren't exactly the way you wish they were, or not completely to your liking, it's time to sort of pull yourself out of that place of feeling disappointed and put yourself into a place of more optimism, of looking for the gifts that can come. Sometimes it is in the stillness where we look at what we have and recognize that emotionally there is just not that sense of fulfillment that we had hoped for or are looking for. That's the time that it's time to sort of, shake ourselves up a little bit and say, what else is out there? What do I need to do to bring in the kind of happiness that I am looking for? Um, it, because it's followed by the Page of Pentacles. This is about good news. This is typically about financial good news. Sometimes it can be about academic good news. Or sometimes it can be about health, good news for health, that which is tangible, right? So money, finances, possessions, your health, that kind of thing. So perhaps you have been feeling despondent because you're waiting for some news, you're waiting for some information, and that information is coming to you. The Hierophant is very interesting here, followed by the Empress, because the Hierophant can be about higher education, big government, religion, that kind of thing, like the highest of the high institutions, and the Empress, which is about abundance. So this is curious because it feels like there has been some disappointment or some sadness, some discontent. You've been waiting for something. And because of it, it's almost like you kind of can't pull yourself out a little bit, and kind of see where to go or how to step forward. But the news that you've been waiting for definitely looks like it's coming. And again, it looks like it may involve some of the higher institutions. Perhaps you're waiting for information from a bank, from a government, from an insurance company, something like that. But the end result looks as if it brings you the abundance, the clarity, the growth potential that you need. So again, a very interesting flow here, and not unlike the um, prior to crystal readings. So the energy this week writ large seems to be about recognizing that it's time to move forward, finding the information, the clarity, the impetus, getting the news that you need to be able to move forward, knowing that there is sort of a higher um, energy, and I don't mean that like in terms of like a divine energy. It means like a higher institution, some sort of resolution that comes from a larger kind of institution, and that taking you to that place of abundance and growth. Lovely. Interesting that this week again, the cards or the crystals sort of tell a similar story. It makes me kind of wonder what we may see going on in the world, generally speaking. Thank you so very much for being here. I'm just always so honored that you take the time to spend with me. If you are by any chance looking for a private reading, you can send me a quick message at soulprint888@gmail.com, and I will send you the information that you need to know. Until next week, take care and have a fabulous week. Bye bye.